This is a Hot Pie Media original.
What a segue to Cecily Knobler to talk about movies and naked guys.
Hey,
yeah,
first
I'm sorry
of all,
about
Taft was pretty fat, and he got stuck in a bathtub. Remember that story? President Taft, he was huge, and he got elected. I know it was before you could see him on TV. Am I going too fast?
Yeah, well, no. Can we move? I don't know. I didn't expect that coming. Taft was fat, and he got stuck in a bathtub. Like, wait, who?
You were talking about presidents that wouldn't get elected if they were overweight, and he got elected.
Let's say in the era of actual media and television, will the public give me evidence of the public electing a really fat person?
Well, Trump was pretty fat. I mean, I know that you kind of said that, but he's pretty big. I think that I know what you're saying. But I mean, okay, yes, we didn't have TV and stuff in the time of Taft, but he was so fat that he got stuck in a bathtub.
Let go of the Taft thing
someone
already.
knew that.
Golly.
There's a whole book about it.
I got that. But can we move from the period of Richard Nixon on, if we don't mind, okay? I know you're a historian, and I'm awfully impressed with these bizarre details. But from Richard Nixon to Donald Trump's the fattest president ever elected.
Not true. Taft.
Oh, geez.
If you're saying I understand. Okay, you're saying post Nixon, and some people say, I don't, maintain this is necessarily true, but that Nixon lost because of the way he looked, right? They're saying he was sweating.
Right. Anybody that's ever have you ever taken these communications classes? You've watched that famous first television debate in which he looked like he was the drunken lunatic that he turned out to be. But there was Kennedy, and I think that played itself out. I would make the same argument to an extent. If you go back and look at the debates between Barack Obama and John McCain, it is a nonverbal communications masterpiece. Obama's walking around the room. I know this is not what we're supposed to talk about, but I found it pretty fascinating. And I even remember talking about it at the time. I mean, he's got the suit fits perfectly. He's lean. He's young. It just worked. And John McCain had a big bandage on his face. He looked like Mr. Green Jeans. The suit was baggy, and it worked against him.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a real thing. But I mean, we look at Trump, and I guess I think that has changed. To answer your question, long story short, that has changed, because if people voted for Trump, they're not voting for looks. We're not putting him down. We're just saying things have changed.
Well, yeah, he's fat. I mean, he's got
not just that he's fat. He's also, his face.
I know that.
Very tiny hands, like the smallest hand. Like the hands don't even match the rest of his body. He's got orange skin that is not even. That's not a color that's even like a normal.
My gosh. Okay, let me try the setup again.
Hey,
Chris Christie. I do not believe pre-Trump the public would have elected him because of how he looks. And I've already bragged about him. I've said there's a lot of, this guy is a masterful communicator. Mm-hmm. Once Trump is done with him and the fat jokes, I do not believe that he is electable.
That's interesting. I take it a step further. I think he would be electable. I don't think people would care that much anymore.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
However, I don't think that's the case, because I think the people that are on that, we're pretty divided. So Trump's already won. It doesn't matter. There's nobody that could come. I can't even think of anyone that could come in and beat Trump on that side.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but certainly not moderate Chris Christie.
Well, if anybody could fight him, it's that guy. That's one of my big arguments about Chris Christie.
In his anger levels and his one-upsman's stuff, but he's not conservative enough. Like, he's not for that side. I hope I'm wrong too.
All right. I mean, next time we'll do a whole thing on Taft getting stuck in a tub.
He got stuck. What happened? What had happened was he was taking like a bubble bath, apparently, in those big old tubs, the like claw tubs. And he was just so large, he couldn't get out. He got stuck, some sort of suction, and then like the bubbles, and he couldn't get out. That's how the story goes, Jeff.
Wow. How did he get out?
I think he had to call for some help from some of his assistants. There's a children's book written about it. There's pictures.
Why would I read that to my kids?
They're tasteful pictures.
Kids, here's the story of the fat guy stuck in the tub. And he's president.
He wasn't a very loved president. No. But so that's what happens when look, we're not shaming anybody. It's just
I think we
fact.
are. Yeah. All right, movies.
Well, that's a good segue actually into
Yeah.
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh
which comes
my
out today.
gosh, I
He's
am
big.
an
He got stuck in a
expert.
tug.
I'm an expert on Clifford, so I
Really?
yeah.
Now let's talk about that. What do you
Okay.
mean expert? Like,
There is no Clifford story that I've not read. There is no I love the Clifford stories.
I do too.
I mean,
Me
I
too,
just
very
thought
much.
Clifford the book, I haven't had a kid yet, and I've got a bunch of them that did not love Dad reading about Clifford, that we all didn't enjoy seeing the pictures of Clifford, that we all didn't think Clifford was super cute, but the movie trailer freaks me out.
Why? Because the CGI, right?
He
It's
is
just such
scary.
bizarre-
Clifford is
Yeah,
scary. I'm scared of Clifford.
I love the books too, and going into it, just so you know, I'm a dog person. Monroe's
Yeah.
about to bark any second.
Well, look, anyone who's not a dog person sucks. If you don't like
I
dog,
kind of agree. I will give a little bit of I'll give some slack because some people are
Hang on.
allergic and some people are
let
scared.
me rephrase that the way I say it on my show often. If you don't like dogs, you suck.
I thought I was gonna. Okay, but what if you're scared? You're just scared.
I'm done with it. I said my
Okay.
piece. If you don't like dogs, you suck.
I mean, I kind of agree, but I'm trying to be a little softer on it because there's some people, what about cats?
Hey, what's confusing about this? One of the
What
things
about
that
cats?
well, that the
Only
cats are
dogs.
great. No, cats are great. I'm an animal person. I'm just
too.
saying that I don't care if you're into beta fish or whatever. It doesn't matter. If you don't like dogs, you suck.
I understand. I'm sorry that I got you upset.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, and the reason I brought it up because I'm going into this with such a love of dogs.
Yeah.
This is a true story. Remember when Marley and Me came out? Oh my God. With
Yeah.
Owen Wilson and Jenny. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I cried. So I had to see it by myself, or got to see it by myself on the Fox lot at a press screening. I cried so hard, so inconsolably hard that a Fox marketing person had to come over and make sure literally make sure I was okay.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
And I wanted to say, I was like, no, it's just some other stuff going on.
Yeah.
But I didn't because the truth was it was the movie and I cried like that. And so that's how I am. So that going into it.
What's the wait? What was the sad? Oh my gosh! I curled up in a ball. What's the one with the Jack Russell Terriers? What was that
Any of
dog?
them. The one is that the one where he gets lost?
Yeah. Oh
Oh
gosh.
my God, I can't. I just can't. Also,
I would not wish that.
No, I know.
that 2 hours on anyone. I watched it with two of my kids, and we all looked at each other, and I couldn't even recover myself.
I understand. I'm going to cry right now.
My dog Skip.
Seriously.
Skip.
Yeah.
Skip.
it's
Oh my
beautiful.
gosh.
Beautiful. And that's not even I'll cry at stuff where it's just a dog is in it and nothing even he's not even in peril. He's just like a great dog and he's hanging around. I mean, I love them so much. It's pure love, right?
Yeah.
They should have a Bumble for dog where we just scroll through and see dogs and then can hurt them. That's
Okay.
got to be a thing, right?
That's not
we
a
don't
bad
make
idea.
out with them or anything.
Oof. Okay.
I don't. Okay, back to Clifford.
Yeah.
If we still want to finish this. Some things that it got right. John Cleese is in it. I love him. Kenan Thompson, huge fan. And they made it very sweet. Yeah, what you saw is true. It's not Pixar level good. The CGI feels really forced and it's cold looking. The eyes, there's nothing, it's not real. It's a lot of slapstick and chaos, which I think gets exhausting sometimes. But, the heart of it is lovely. So obviously it's not going to win at Sundance or Cannes, but will your kids love it? Probably. Yeah, and that's who it's for, not
Okay.
your kids. I'm not saying specifically your kids. They probably will like it.
Yeah.
But kids will love it. Again, no, it's not a great, there's so many things they could have done better here. They could have anything. Any movie
I don't know.
could be a lot
I thought the
better.
Cliff. For people that don't know, Clifford's been around for what, 15 years?
Oh, a lot. No, I
20?
think longer.
Okay.
Yeah.
For people that sadly don't know the story of Clifford, so the little girl gets a puppy. Starts off in this little bed. It's a little puppy, but Clifford becomes this giant dog who can't help but knock stuff over, but who every storyline does something sweet and endearing, and you end up in the end hugging Clifford.
Well, isn't the thing, I don't remember if this was in the book, but in the movie, it's a thing where it's like, how big's he going to get? And, they say, well, it depends on how much you love him. And she loved him so much that he was shy and low. He was
what
so
about when
cute.
one of the best ones, I mean, really just a great story. My kids loved it, was when he goes back to see his mom.
Oh.
Like, are you going to cry? Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no, you're crying. Oh, no. Here it goes.
So sweet.
Yeah. She checks his ears and his teeth. It's so cute.
Let's make a Tinder for puppies.
What?
Okay, we're saying it right now, so I've trademarked it right now. You heard it here, but anybody who can help do something like that.
So it's shirtless dudes. It's shirtless dudes with dogs that they borrow. That's what that's going to be.
No, it's just dogs.
Okay. Good.
And you can send little notes and you can send little sandwiches, like little fake sandwiches, but that's a thing and they can get that. Or you can send them gifts, other people's dogs. Let's do that.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, I am. I think the dudes are going to get involved and that's going to be a problem.
No, nobody else, no humans.
Okay.
You can meet someone that way, but just all the way down the line, you won't even see they're human until
Okay, so if I take my youngest kids, they're not going to think the same thing I do, that's kind of creepy. He doesn't look right. It's not the Clifford I saw in the book.
Yeah, they might. But I think once you get over it, they're going to see, it's not a real dog, It's obviously the CGI'd hybrid dog. Yeah. And that's just how they do it now. But if you cry at Purina commercials or during this podcast right now, like me, you might want to check it out, I guess.
Okay.
Also opening, that got embarrassed. You really made me cry. You should look into that. Also opening is Belfast, written and directed by Kenneth Branagh. Look into who you are.
Yes, okay, here I go. I'm thinking right now.
Belfast is written and directed by Kenneth Branagh. It's kind of a love. Did you see Roma a couple years ago? It's very similar to that.
Yeah.
It's very similar in that it's kind of a love letter to his hometown. In this case, it's Northern Ireland. Shot in this beautiful, crisp black and white like Roma. Dame Judi Dench is in it. It's, she's always great. It's this very kind of personal history lesson, like a macro history lesson, sort of with a micro story inside of it, just like Roma, if that makes sense. Yep. So it's him as a little kid and, the issues he has as a kid, just has a crush on somebody or going to school and stuff like that.
Does it bypass the terrorist days of Northern Ireland?
That's the whole point. That's all happening around him.
Yeah.
And of course, the British have like a funny thing. I looked that up because I was learning more about it afterwards. It was called wasn't it called like the Terror, the Terribles? Yeah. I mean, I just think, of course, they've kind of cutened it up, but it was not cute.
No, it was not. I also looked up.
I Googled this. I thought was it. I'm very interested in accents, so I Googled why people in Northern Ireland had sort of Scottish accents, and there's reasons for that, which no one's interested but me. But I thought that was kind of neat, and I learned so much.
Can you do a Scottish? I mean, I know this. I know you can tell the dialect in England. You can tell them dramatically, the North versus the South. Can you do Scottish?
I can't do the accent. I can only hear it.
Okay.
Like, can you do it?
No.
They have a thing that they say that it means like seize the day, but it's "Ach I the new."
Wait, what?
"Ach I the new," and I'm not sure exactly. It just means seize the day.
Okay.
Here the now,
yeah.
Something like that. So that's all I can do. So, I like the movie. I'm not saying it's going to stick with all of us forever, but like Roma, I think worth watching once. I think. Also, people are going to be mad. On Netflix, we have Passing. This is a film about women of color in the 1920s living in upper class New York. The production design is stunning. And when you start with that, it's probably not a great sign for what I'm about to say, but I was very into it for the first 20 minutes. And I appreciate this sort of commentary on 1920s American society, but the writing was really stilted and I didn't love it. A lot of people disagree with me, a lot of critics. And as we've talked about, I'm scrappy, but I'm not going to come for anyone. I'm not going to fight you. I don't know why I would say that, but I'm not going to fight other people or critics some people, and it's Netflix. So if you already have that, you check it out.
Well, what is the thing that Kevin Costner does? I know that I'm on the outside looking in. I don't even know. What is that?
What, the show?
Yeah.
Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Is he on Yellowstone? I haven't watched it. Am I making that up? I'm just guessing.
So no, I think you're right. Okay. Is it just overhyped or is it really that good and that big of a deal?
I mean, I think once you get to this point and everyone loves it this much, it's got to be a big deal. Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really know that I believe in hype versus non-hype anymore, because if it keeps going and
fair
people
enough.
see it and love
Yeah,
it, then
yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about Succession. I stopped trying to convince people. I'm like, if you don't want an amazing show in your life, then that's on you.
Okay. It's kind of like when I say, if you don't like dogs, you suck. You just sort of leave it at that.
I'm with you. And somebody out there knows how to write code. Somebody listening right now is
probably
like
nine.
a millennial
What do you
or
mean? You're
younger,
in
right?
Austin. It's like pretty much everybody pouring coffee can write code.
Okay, so anybody listening right now, reach out to one of us. We're gonna make this little thing.
What are we making again?
We're making the Tinder for dogs.
Okay.
It's not for them to hook up. Dogs can't see it. They're not gonna see it. It's us, and we can swipe on the dogs we like. Oh my God! And you can get like little points, and maybe you can win something. I don't know, but nobody will. It doesn't have to. Oh, it's going to be so great.
Okay, I don't want to. Yeah, no, I love the creativity, and I like the fact that it's cute dogs. So, in 2 sentences or less, how do we make money?
I don't know. How does anybody make money? How did the Bumble people make money?
She made a lot.
How do they make money?
I'm trying to get her on the show. She's a billionaire.
She lives there.
I know. They all live here. What do you mean? It's
show.
right down the street from me.
Oh my God. Well, we don't have to tell. Don't tell her the idea. She's going to steal it.
Yeah.
Look, no one can steal it because we're right now. This is the copy. Like we have the proof. This is so exciting.
This is it.
Somebody reach out. Let's make
ticket.
a thing. Let's make it happen. I can move to Austin.
Yep.
Everyone's like, nope. By the way, next week, I'm very excited. I have so many screenings and they're back in theaters again. I've only, most of the stuff I've seen at home. Next week, I have Ghostbusters Afterlife back in screen, which I can't. It's Paul Rudd. It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
Jason Reitman directing. It's Ivan Reitman's kid. Like, it's going to be great. I love it. I have the Paul Thomas Anderson movie, Licorice Pizza, which I am thrilled because you asked me what I was excited about. These are the movies. I have, this is Amazon, so it's not quite in theaters, I don't think, but the Nicole Kidman as Lucy.
Yeah. I read something about that. All right. So your thoughts on that? That seems like that's tough. That's a tough gig there. It would seem like.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
Okay.
I go into it with an open heart. That's all I can say. I believe in. I think it's going to be awful.
Oh,
I really think it's going to be just. I think it's going to be laughably awful.
Tell me why. If I'm the average person, I care.
Well, here's why. I mean, to like it is Aaron Sorkin. Always makes things kind of fun. It's behind the scenes. They're not like making an episode of.
I know, but is it terrible? Let me try this again. Okay. Yes, I know that for a lot of people, Lucille Ball was. Why would I care anymore?
Well, why would we care about anybody? We've made biopics about people far.
I know. We care. We usually. I mean, I'm just saying. Do we sure we care about her?
The reason that you might not care after seeing this, and I haven't seen it yet, so I really can't say. I hope next week I come in. I'm like, I was so wrong. This is amazing. It's that Nicole Kidman, who I like very much, and I think when she's not trying to do an accent, other than Australian. She's great. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She's all the things, but she cannot hide the Australia. Occasionally she did, I think with The Hours, she had an English accent and she sort of hid it. But for the most part, she just can't hide it. And it's excruciating to listen to me. Okay, so Lucille Ball, what am I I know of her, so what am I missing? Has she got some dark side to her? Did she kill some people? Yeah. What's going on? She killed a bunch of people. Okay. She started some apps. No, it's just the real deal. It's her real story, which I like. I especially love a story about someone who's on camera and then behind the scenes. It's not that she was a jerk. It's just like, she had problems with her husband. Okay. And, her life wasn't so perfect. And I think that's totally an interest. I'm surprised it's taken this long to get this biopic. I'm glad it's Aaron Sorkin that's doing it, because I think if he could make the Facebook movie, Social Network, if he could make that as amazing as he did, which I thought it was. I mean, but there's other there's all kinds of issues with it. Like, one is Javier Bardem. They've cast him as, Desi Arnaz. Okay. I don't know if you know that. And some people have issues with that. No, I don't know. I don't know the backstory. Was he a bad guy in real life? Oh boy. God. Just think of it as Clifford. Just think about how much you said you loved Clifford. I do love 5 seconds ago. Oh boy. Somebody coming over? Clifford.
Is somebody at the
Yes,
door?
somebody coming over. It's one of my Tinder dates. It's real early.
It's early.
I start
Exactly. You guys just come over, have some bagels and some coffee and.
In real life, Desi was Cuban, so some people are taking issue with Javier Bardem not being Cuban. So that's one thing. Now, I
vaguely remember seeing the show. I don't even know why. Homesick from. I don't know why I even saw it. I mean, it's a lot of slapstick. Yeah, it was stupid. John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce in all 50 states, now in several retail outlets as well. So we're gonna turn it over to the social media rock chef superstar, and we're gonna walk through a few sauces and why you should buy. We've done beet heat. So we're second in line now for the tasting. Don't forget, everyone, go to atxhotsauce.com. So here we go.
All right. So this one is our smoked habanero 5-pepper. We smoke habaneros with ancho, pasilla.
Is that going to hurt?
This one? No,
Yeah.
This one's actually really, really good.
Okay.
This is like your traditional tapatilla, but without the vinegar in it, right? And because of that fermentation process that we've talked about all the time. This one is great on sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. Great on hot wings. I think you're going to really like this one too, especially the smoky flavor with the adobe chipotle and the smoked habaneros. We actually smoked the habaneros before we.
Does that go with the cab?
This would not go with the cab. This would go with the great Chenin Blanc, though.
I knew you were gonna. I teed you up with that one.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's good. Isn't that good? It's just classic take. Well, it's a new take on a classic item. It's called smoked habanero 5-pepper.
All right, don't forget
One of my
ATX.
favorites.
Don't forget atxhotsauce.com.
Yeah, it wasn't for us. I think it was for an older time. Yeah, it was for people sort of in the 50s and whatever, before. And then when we saw it on reruns when we were homesick, it was just kind of depressing. It was a very loud laugh track. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I don't think there's a lot of people who are like, oh my God, favorite show, the best show ever.
Okay.
No, but it's still, she did a lot for her time as a female comedian.
Fred the neighbor was like 100 years old. I even knew he was a little bitty kid when I would see the reruns. I thought, well, that guy's he's almost dead. What's he doing here?
Yeah. I mean,
was he Fred?
There's a lot of things that didn't make sense. Yeah. What was any of that happening? But my issue with it isn't that. It isn't Lucy herself. It's the casting.
Yeah. So,
I mean, and I don't care about Javier as much. I think if you can act, then that's fine. If Nicole Kidman can pull this off, I'll do something. You should give me something. Give me like a stunt, a thing I have to do if she's great.
Oh, okay.
Like a dare.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Huh. I'll have to think about that. So the other night, it's typical Friday for me. I'm outside sitting there, kids are in bed. I've got the Dow Cabernet 2017. It's and then I started looking at my phone, and now I see one picture after another of shirtless men. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And these are coming from you.
Well, first of all, you asked me. You said I want to see what the guys look like, not for any reason other than you just want to see like your competition and if you move to LA. One of the ones I sent you was just a guy all buffed up, and it just said, "What do you like?" And it just says, "Jim." There's so many. Yeah, I sent you a couple. There was one walking out of a waterfall.
You've got to describe the guy in the waterfall. I mean, if one of my kids had come out and said, "I'm having a hard time sleeping, Dad," and then there I am just pounding the Cabernet, cracking up for like half an hour staring at this naked guy in a waterfall. It might, I really think at any moment there's going to be like a salmon in his mouth or something. Describe this guy. Describe this picture. It might be, I would love to show it to people, but I know for legal reasons we can't do that. It is, and what's his name? Oh, his name is Dave. Dave is 46 years old, and he's in he's in Niagara Falls or something.
Yeah, he's enormous and not like he's buff, not like overweight guy. He's built out so much that it's not even possible to lift that many weights. You know what I mean? Like it didn't even make sense for his chest to be that big. I mean, it was huge and he looks very happy and he's just walking straight out of a waterfall and the water's just pouring on him and he's just ready to find love.
Or kill a grizzly.
He could do that with one hand. He probably did it right before this picture. That was amazing. I like the other one better, where the guy's also kind of buffed up, and all he just says about it is like, "Tell us something about yourself." And he just says, "Jim."
Jim, yeah, with a picture of a bicep, and that guy's oiled up, and
there's a lot of oil. I don't know what kind of oil. Do they use regular, like, is that just baking oil or vinegar?
It's Crisco.
It is Crisco?
I'm not oiling up. I don't know.
I can't believe I just gave you, and I may retract it, but I gave you, I'm like, give me a dare. Give me a dare.
I know.
That I'll do. We'll know.
Well,
soon,
I'm not
gonna.
I'll
be very honest.
I don't want you I don't want you going anywhere near the boy who's in the river. Okay, I don't want that for you.
The boy who's in the river.
Dave, who's coming out of Niagara Falls and eating salmon and fighting grizzly bears.
I'll do the thing you asked me to do a long time ago, which was you wanted me to go to Taco Bell or something like that. I could go to McDonald's and ask for like a wine tasting, like a flight of tequila.
Not tequila. I said, you go and ask them about a Paso Robles cab from 2017, and just say it.
And where do I have to do it? Like in and out?
Yeah, somewhere where there's a drive-through. Do that. Why are you doing that again?
Well, I'm only going to do it. I wanted you to give me a dare if Nicole Kidman turns out to be amazing, which I hope she is. So it's sort of a win-win.
No, I want to talk about your guys. I mean, I gotta, because I laughed. I think I finished off the whole bottle laughing at Dave coming out of the water. I mean,
here's a good one. This is not. This is more of a. It's not a picture, but this guy says on some of these things, on some of these apps, they have prompts, right? And one of the prompts is, "You should not go out with me if ... right?
Yeah.
And this guy writes, "You're a narcissist and you still have feelings for your ex. And please have a career. And please be physically in shape and articulate."
Yes, with an N.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good.
He's so mad. He's just so angry to begin with.
He's tired of dating non-intellectuals. He's ready for some PhDs, damn it.
Don't have feelings for your ex, he says. Somebody heard him there. Please have a career. Please be physically in shape and articulate. So you got to be all the things. You got to be, that's a lot of pressure for me, honestly.
So let me try to tell you about these meathead guys. So Dave and his buddy there who's, is got the Cro-Mag. First of all, let me tell you, when you have a Cro-Magnon head like that, that's from steroids.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was wondering.
When you see those foreheads that are giant, like Dave coming out of the stream and eating salmon, and the other dude who just says Jim, that meathead. So the look. I'm telling you this from plenty of experience. That look.
You took steroids?
No, but a good chunk of my life was living with people who did a lot of steroids. Obscene amounts of steroids. So I know it well. That look, that Cro-Magnon look, that big head, that's steroids. And old Dave there, you're exactly right. You don't get that by having a great training regime and a good diet. You don't get a 23-inch neck that way. It's not natural.
Right.
With the steroids comes a lot of back acne and shrunken testicles.
I was going to ask you about the shrunken part, but I didn't want to make it gross.
Absolutely.
Okay, we made it gross. Okay. So why do they do it then? For sport, like just to play football?
Well, let me be clear.
Wouldn't you
the
rather
guys
not
that
have
I used to play with did it because this is a way of life. Dave is doing it completely to stare at his own butt cheeks.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think maybe that was Photoshop, that one. It's possible. I didn't Photoshop it, just so we're clear, but I think he did it. Jim. Must go to gym now. Oh my God. I mean, I've had these things where, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I know we have to go, but I've had these things where like I'll match with somebody and we chat for a while. And then they're like, their date, and maybe we've talked about this, but their idea for a date is like, you want to go hiking? And I don't want to go hiking. And then I have to do this thing where I go, yeah, in my picture, that's at the Critics' Choice Awards. So I have probably more makeup on than usually. And I have no sun. I haven't seen the sun in like 14 years. Really pale, really small. I will fall down on the hike. Like it's not. I have to tell them.
You have to get a helicopter to take you off the hiking trail and bring you back to life, kind of thing.
Yeah, like I'm pretty light. You could probably it could carry me, but I'm telling you, like it's not as cute as you think. Like dark hair. I'm like I look like, as I've said, and I've had to say this before. I'm like I look like someone that like in a scary movie, not the ghost, but like the person you had to like save from the bottom of a well or something. I'm not putting myself down. I mean, I'm cute enough. I'm fine. But these guys here in LA, like they want, and probably in Austin too, a little bit, a little outdoorsy and all that. And they want to go for a hike. And they're doing that because they want to see if you're fit. Well, I'm not.
Okay. So how did you respond to Jim Boy, who just said Jim?
Jim. I swiped no on Jim.
Yeah.
It's like all the questions. What's your favorite food? Jim. Yeah, that was terrifying to me. And that is definitely not going to be a match because my version of that would be like, what's your favorite food? I'd be like, movies, indoor movies with air conditioning.
Just in case you were remotely attracted, or any woman for that matter, that's remotely attracted to these meathead guys, let me tell you, one, there's a lot of acne. Two, they have bruises on their butts because that's where they give each other shots. Three, there's shrunken testicles.
There are women that are still, and men that are still very much, just like a deltoid.
I think once, if you saw them without the Photoshop and the oil, up close, it's a pretty horrific look.
God, you're being hard on this Dave guy. I feel for him.
No. I'm being hard on guys that use steroids. It is not a good look. I mean, it's a lot of acne.
So the idea is that you get all buffed up so that when you're playing football, you just you don't feel anything.
Well,
is that the
no? So you do. I mean, steroids have improved. I mean, this is a weird thing to say. Steroids have improved over time, but the upside to steroids is one. I mean, yes, they work. You get stronger. I've done plenty of corticosteroids myself. It makes you feel great. I mean, when you're really, really sick, you end up doing some steroids. So you feel better, so you can recover better. The secret to training in football is being able to recover to train again the next day. So that's what performance enhancing drugs do. They don't just make that individual performance better. It enables you to recover faster.
Okay.
But the byproduct of the anabolic steroids, which is the ones that make you bigger and stronger, is all these side effects. Acne.
But those are legal in football, right? They are legal.
No, you're not supposed to, but it's a way of
just
life.
Don't check.
So the guys that are hitting on you and every other woman, these are just meathead losers in a gym who are just trying to get big. They're not doing it for a living. These guys couldn't run around the block. They couldn't play 1 minute of football. They're not athletic. They're just doing it to get big and buff, and they get all puffy in the process. But you kind of get addicted to, well, one, it makes you feel that good. That's stronger. But two, I think they get addicted to how they look, and they don't want to have to really put in the real hard training. So the losers that are putting these pictures out there, they're just the gym losers.
Well, we don't want to be so hard on them. They're just living their lives.
No, I'll do it.
Like what would...
Well, why are we having a hard time with that? It's not you like that.
Well, they are. I'm just not attracted to them because I feel like they're not gonna. There's never. I doubt that we're gonna binge the same shows. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like just based on what they look, based on what I look like, it's just not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't left the house since the 80s.
Okay.
And they don't like that.
They don't like that. No.
They don't like it.
But these guys, I mean, I'll be harsh on them. I mean, again, doing it when your livelihood is dependent upon how you perform physically is one thing. Doing it because you want to look buff to wear a tank top at the gym and hit on 22-year-olds is a level of loser that I just can't avoid calling.
Well, we will agree on that.
Okay.
And your homework is to find someone that writes code and to come up with some kind of dare for me. I
thought we had the dare. I want you. So you like the
we got to do better. You can do better. Something better. Something that involves one of these guys at the gym.
No. I'm not doing that. I am not going to be a part of you getting around any of these guys. I do not want that responsibility. I'm not going to do that. You're not going out with Dave.
Okay, we'll keep the dare as it is. Somebody reach out to us. We're making an app. Okay. Let's do it.
Are you going to send me more of these? Because it's kind of me like my Friday night thing is just sitting here staring at other guys on my porch.
If that's what you would like, I will send you as many as you'd like.
If I could show the audience It is such
and we can't. I mean, we can
know.
maybe show the body without the face and the name.
He really thinks he's a grizzly bear, or he wants to look like a grizzly bear, right?
I don't know, but there's so many of them. You have no idea.
Oh, okay. There are like thousands of them.
So many.
All right. Well, you got the dare. It's the best I can do until I come up with something else, okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Until next time.
Bye.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's The Jeff Ward Show. Listen at jeffwardshow.com.